Hi everyone, I'm Anshu Singh. Welcome back to my channel, The Soul Speaks. Today I'm talking about getting a visa for Brazil on an Indian passport. So first things first, do Indians even need a visa to travel to Brazil? Because did we hear that Indians no longer need visa to travel to Brazil? Yes, this was widely covered in late 2019 that Indians would no longer require a visa to travel to Brazil. It was announced by Brazil's president, Mr. Jair Bolsonaro, and it was all over the news. However, that hasn't taken effect yet. Just last month, I did help someone out with their cover letter for the visa application, and I've also checked the website. Nothing has changed, the process is still the same, which is why I'm making this video. Because Brazil is one of the countries with which India has an air bubble, as in we can travel to Brazil. So let's begin with the process. The process starts with an online application form, the link to which I would add in the description box. So this is a descriptive online application that you have to fill in with all the usual data, at the end of which you have to upload certain documents. The documents are also the usual documents that you need for any visa application, which means your passport copy, a passport size photograph, your signature, confirmed return tickets, your hotel bookings, your itinerary, your cover letter, which should have the intent of travel, etc. Your bank statements, proof of employment. Now, these are the usual documents that you need for any visa application. The only difference is your bank statements should be attested from the branch manager, and you have to include last 3 months bank statements. And the one additional document is you need to upload a demand draft that should be valid for the next 3 months. The demand draft should be for the amount of 6,400, which is the visa application fee, irrespective of you get the visa or not. That fee is to be paid. So once you have uploaded these documents, a form would be generated, which is essentially the form that you have filled, the stating you have completed the form, etc. Once this form is generated, you have to take a print of this form and then decide to visit the embassy. One thing that I would want to add is all of these documents collectively should be less than 2 MB, which makes it very complicated. I personally found it quite complicated to reduce the size to such a large extent and the document to still be legible. So do keep that in mind. Keep your documents ready. Now, once you have the final form generated, you have to plan to visit the embassy. There are two embassies in India. One is in New Delhi, one is in Mumbai. I was working in Mumbai back then, which is why for me it was a no-brainer. I was going to visit the Mumbai embassy. However, only people who are from or living in Maharashtra, Karnataka, or Goa can visit the Mumbai embassy. Everyone else has to go to New Delhi embassy. This is what I've read. You might want to check this information. The process, however, at both the embassies is the same. Now, once you have reached the embassy, one more thing. What time do you reach the embassy? Like every other embassy, Brazil embassy too has a short window every working day during which they accept visa applications. This time is 9:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Monday to Friday. So you have to plan your visit during this time. Once you visit the embassy, then there's certain formalities. You can't carry your phone. You can keep it at the reception though, and they give you a coupon number. Once your coupon code is announced, you visit the counter. At this counter, you're supposed to give your application form, and at this counter, you can also be interviewed. So I was thoroughly interviewed. I was asked a lot of questions around my intent of travel, why Brazil, why speak Portuguese, why Latin America, it's dangerous, don't I know it's dangerous, am I looking for employment in Brazil, etc. etc. Also, I was the only person with my own application that day. Everyone else in the room was an agent and they were carrying multiple applications with them. I was also the only female in the room. Maybe that's why they were a little skeptical. Why was this woman interested in traveling to Brazil, which has a reputation of being known as dangerous. So that was my experience of submitting my application. Do know that they can also call you back for an interview. I was told that I could be called again for an interview, which I was fine with because I lived in Mumbai, so I didn't have to plan another trip just for the interview. But I was not called for an interview. Now, how long does it take for the application to process, whether you're getting the visa or not? It is 5 working days from the day you submit your application. After 5 working days, you go back, they give you a receipt, you go back with the receipt, and you can collect your passport and you'll get to know if you got the visa or not. Hopefully, you'll get it. So, yeah, I did get the visa after 5 working days. Now, what kind of visa do they issue? It's a visa that is valid for 1 year. So, you can enter Brazil anytime in the next 1 year from the date of issue. However, the visa itself is valid for 90 days from the day you enter the country and not the number of days you spend in the country. So, for example, you enter Brazil, you spend a month there, you exit Brazil, you spend a month in Argentina, then you go back to Brazil. So, the second time around, you only have 1 month left on your visa and not 2 months. But this visa is also highly flexible. I really love the visa that they issue because 1 year gives you a great amount of flexibility to plan your trip. I personally love Brazil's visa. So yeah, I hope you get your visa and you can travel to Brazil. But if you are traveling to Brazil during the pandemic, please know that they also had high number of cases. So take precautions, as much precaution as you can take to be safe there. Otherwise, enjoy the country. I personally loved it. It was the people were the nicest in Brazil, even though I couldn't speak any Portuguese when I went or when I left. I had picked up Spanish, but I couldn't speak any Portuguese. Yet I had an amazing, amazing time. I would go back in a heartbeat. So enjoy your trip. One more thing that I want to add is I've written a blog post on how to get Brazil visa. I wrote it when I think 2 years ago. There's a huge comment section there where I've answered all the questions that I get. So it would be a great source for you to get your questions answered, your common questions answered. Also on the blog post, I have documented my experience of getting Brazil visa from Colombia, which is where I got my Brazil visa for the second time because I was entering the country after 11 months. My first visa had expired. Also, I had lost my passport. Um, so you could read about that. I would add the link in the description box. I highly recommend you check that blog out. Okay, that's about it. Bye bye. Good luck on your visa process and enjoy your trip to Brazil whenever that happens. Have a great day.